What is going on, everyone? Israel back again with another video. In today's video, we're going to be doing the MLB The Show 17 tier list. So as you guys can see on your screen, we already have the 16 songs in here from the last video that we did. So now we're going to be doing the 17 songs. There's 13 songs in this one, so there's a lot to go through. Let's just get right into this video. So now the first one we have is Hands. Now Hands is a classic song. Once again, you are going to be hearing these songs in the background when I am going to be talking about them. So this is a classic song right here. A lot of these songs from MLB The Show 17 are some of my favorites. It's one of the very first games I started heavily listening to the music in the games, and they've been really solid. I think this is one of my favorite ones that we've had, to be honest. So Hands is really solid, I think, in my opinion. Ranking of MLB The Show 17, I mean, there's so many good songs on here, but Hands, I think for me, is going to be a B tier song. I do like it a lot, but it's not, there's some better songs, I think, on this list. So I'm going to keep it behind I Feel Love, because I think those songs are a little bit better. But I'm going to give Hands a solid B tier. I think it's a decent song that starts off MLB The Show 17 off the jump, and you know, it's got some good parts in it, but I just think there's some better songs on this list. So next up we have Hieroglyphics. Now this is another really good song in my opinion. I really like this one a lot. For me though, on the list, I mean, it's a solid song. It's got a lot of, the thing about these songs, like, I am really good at singing them, to be honest. Like, all these songs I know the words if I hear the beat probably, so you know, that's a thing to keep in fact. I just really like these songs. So I think for Hieroglyphics, I'm once again going to give it another B tier. I think it's going to go behind Hands right now, because I think Hands is a little bit better in my opinion. I like that one a little bit more, you know, for that aspect. But I think it's going to go solid B tier. I do like this song. You know, it is nice when it comes on and you're playing. You know, I do like it. But overall, throughout the other songs that we have, it's not the best, I think, out of this group, but it's definitely not the worst out of this group. So I'm going to give it a solid B tier, you know, at least right now. But yeah, I mean, it's a solid song. Go listen to it if you haven't. It might be a little bit weird for some people. They might not be used to like what it's about. But you know, it is what it is. I think it's a solid B tier. Alright, so the next song is PTP. Now this is another pretty okay song. You know, it's not one of my favorite songs, I think, throughout this one, but it's pretty decent, I think. I'm gonna give it a C tier. It's gonna go in front of you know, the Waterhouse, you know, the 16 song. It's gonna go in front of that one, and I'm gonna put PTP in a C tier. It's not terrible, but I just don't think it's at the same level as Hands or Hieroglyphics. It's got a good beat to it. It definitely got some good, you know, some good sayings in there as well. But for me, it's not like the best one. You know what I'm saying? So there'll be a couple. We're gonna get to the good ones soon. You know, we're low-key coming up on them. But I think right now I'm gonna give it a solid C tier. You know, it's got some catchy parts into it. It's cool when it hops on. When it hops on the radio, it's a great song. But yeah, I just don't think it's as up to quality as some of these songs that I would prefer to listen to and that I know. So right now I'm gonna give it a solid C tier. All right, so next up we have Fill in the Blank. So this is another good song. I have a lot of memories on this song, so I'm probably gonna put this one pretty high. I think I'm probably gonna put it in, I think we're gonna go in that A tier. I think Fill in the Blank for me, definitely an A tier song. Definitely a solid one. It's probably at the back end of A tier though, but it's definitely a solid song, and I have a lot of memories to this song. Just, you know, singing it in the car and just listening to it in general. So definitely some interesting memories to that one. If I'm gonna be all the way at 1,000, but it's catchy. It's easy to sing. You know, it's not like a crazy song, so I definitely like that one a lot. You know, the car seat headrest part is pretty funny, I'm not gonna lie. And then, you know, it's just good. I don't know, I like it. Fill in the Blank is a pretty solid song in 17, and it's good to listen to outside of that, you know, I think, in my opinion. So definitely gonna give it a solid A tier. I would recommend you guys check it out. Some people probably won't like it, I think, but for me and like the memories I've had just listening to that and the stuff we've done with the song, it's just definitely a solid A tier for me. Alright, so next up we have the Bully Boys. Now this is a really good song. I like this one a lot. You know, it just kind of reminds me of 17. I don't know, when I think of 17, I think of like a classic kind of country kind of, you know, vibe, I guess, that they got going on here. I don't know, it's just a lot of like more instrumental music than like what we're used to now with like the, you know, the crazy auto-tune, like that electric stuff now. So the Bully Boys is definitely a classic song. I'm definitely gonna put this one in the S tier. I think it's a really good song. I like it, in my opinion. Definitely reminds me of MLB The Show, I'm not gonna lie. So definitely a solid S tier song. I would recommend you guys listen to it. So it is one of the better ones in 17, I think. But there are a lot of good ones that we have here on this list. So, you know, we're gonna keep going through. But yeah, this is a good one. You know, I like, it got the classical kind of like, you know, you can hear the guitar in there, you can hear all the other instruments in there. You know, that's kind of why I like it. It's like a classic kind of song. So definitely a solid S tier song. So next up on the list we have Broken Bones. Now this song is okay. It's not one of my favorite songs, but you know, if it comes on, I'm not gonna like hate on it, right? So, you know, saying all that, I'm probably gonna put this at a C tier. I'm gonna put it in front of Burial Ground and behind Bad Business. I think it's not like the craziest song ever, but you know, it is kind of catchy when it comes on, and you do start singing it a little bit. But it's not like a crazy song that I really like. So I'm gonna put that in the C tier. You know, pretty decent song I think in my opinion, but not like a top tier song. Yeah, it sounds pretty similar, but it has a good instrumental. It's definitely got a good like bass in the background that you can hear. But yeah, for me in the show, it's not one of my favorite songs that I would put on in my opinion. So next up we have Watch Me Walk. Now this is a really good song as well. I think this is gonna go in the A tier. I think I'm gonna put it in front of Fill in the Blank behind Classic Man. I think Watch Me Walk's a classic song. Yeah, it definitely reminds me of playing Road to the Show in my opinion, because I know when the servers were down, back all those days, when we had the servers would crash at midnight, everyone would hop on Road to the Show, start their characters, and then when everyone would hop back on, they'd all be on Diamond Dynasty. So this song came on a lot because in Road to the Show, when you load through the menus, I think it still does in 23 now, but the songs can play, and this song always played for me, and it was one of my favorite ones definitely to listen to, and even in the car it still bumps. I think it's definitely a solid song. So definitely an A tier for me. Definitely recommend to listen to that one. Really good song, but we still got some more bangers on the list. So next up we have Run the Jewels. Now this is a good song. I like this song a lot. I think it's definitely have to go in this S tier. I think it's gonna go in front of the Bully Boys because it is a really good song. I like this one a lot. He kind of just talks about his life, but he raps about it pretty well, and the beat's really good, and it's just an overall good song in my opinion. So I don't know. He just does a good job of like keeping you engaged. I guess it might sound a little weird, but he does a good job just keeping you engaged in the whole song. And it's a pretty interesting one. We learned about the backstory about like the guy who made it. It's pretty crazy. So it kind of goes in depth. There's some good lore about that one, I guess you could say. But yeah, definitely an S tier for me. Definitely gonna put those songs in the S tier. The list is looking okay so far. We got a couple songs up in this SA tier. Most of the songs down in this lower tiers, and then not really songs I hated in 17, to be honest. There's not a whole lot of them. And so next up we have Shotgun. Now this is an okay song. It's not one of the better ones, but it's pretty catchy. I'm not gonna lie. It's got a good rhythm to it, good bass to it. So it's a pretty good song, I think, in my opinion. I think for me, I'm gonna put this one in front or behind of Hands. And in front of Hieroglyphics. It's like one of those decent songs I think in the game. I wouldn't like be mad if it came on. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be mad at all if it came on, but it's not one of the ones where I'm like, okay, I can really vibe to this song, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's okay song for me. Definitely go in that B tier. If you guys look through my list, I think the S tier are the great songs, the A tier are like my good songs. I think my B tier is like, I would say my B tier is like the catchy ones, but like I wouldn't click off of it if it came on. The C tier is like, I'll listen to it, and then D tier is like, nah, I'm not listening to that song. So that's kind of how I look at these tiers, if anyone's wondering. But let's go on to the next song. Alright, so coming in next, we have Can I Sit Next to You. Now, this song isn't my favorite, to be honest. I definitely think it's going to have to go in that D tier, unfortunately. I think it's going to go between Moaning Mona Lisa and then I Got a Woman. It's not my favorite song. It's not really catchy, I think, in my opinion, and it doesn't really fit with the game. So that's kind of why I got that in that D tier. Not a big fan of that song, but I know some people are. They like it a lot. But me personally, I just never could get into it. Never had really good memories with that song at all. So definitely have to get a D tier with me. You can listen to it if you want, but on the same side, I'm like, I'm not really trying to listen to that one. So next up, we have Buick Mackane. Now this is a good song. I like this one a lot. I think for me, this is definitely going to go in this A tier. Classic song. Reminds me of MLB The Show 17, definitely. But I think it's going to have to go behind Fill in the Blank and Watch Me Walk. Just because, like, it's a classic, but it's not, like, I don't know. Like, it's a pretty quick song, and it's just a lot of bass and instrumentals. Like, there's not a whole lot of words in it, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely like it, though. If you're trying to, like, lock in on something, it's definitely a good song for that. So it's definitely a high-quality song, I think, in my opinion. Yeah, definitely have to go in that lower side of that A tier, I think, in my opinion, because it's not one of the best songs I think we have in this A tier. So I think it's gonna go on that lower side, but it's a good song. I like listening to it a lot. Like I said, it's good if you need to lock in on something or you gotta do something. I put it on, if I have to. But just listen to the playlist in general. It's definitely a solid song. All right, so the next one we have is Sleep with the Lights On. Now this is a good song. Once again, it's got a good instrumental. It's got a good rhythm to it. It's definitely a good song. I think it's gonna have to go in front of Watch Me Walk right there, because it's a good song. I think they do a good job with it, and I think it's just overall solid. So I definitely wouldn't turn it off if it came on at all. You know what I'm saying? So good song. I like Sleep with the Lights On. Definitely reminds me of MLB The Show 17 for sure. And it's definitely a good song. Had some good memories with it as well. So I would go listen to it if I were you guys. Next up, we have Creatures. Now this is another really good song, I think, in my opinion. It's definitely it keeps you like engaged. Like, it's a catchy song. you know, at least with like the rhythm they got going. So for me, I think I'm gonna put it in the B tier though. It's gonna go in front of every song I think in that B tier. It's a really good song, but I don't think it passes this A tier in my opinion. It's just too good, you know, to pass that up A tier. So we're gonna go B for that one. So here are the 16 and 17 songs that we have so far. There's 13 songs in 17 and I think 9 in 16. So this is our list so far. Let me know what you guys think about this. Is there any songs you think I misranked or misput in a different tier? Yeah, this is my opinion. I think for me, and some of these songs are definitely solid, and even some like these ones, sometimes I'll still listen to them, just not like, you know, a whole lot like these ones. I'll definitely put these ones on more than I guess the ones in the lower tiers. But let me know what you guys think about this one. You know, 16 and 17, you know, they're definitely good games, or definitely have some good songs and good soundtracks in my opinion. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. If you guys do enjoy this video, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, everyone.